everyone. My name is Ling. I am the program director at Hollyhock. Joining you back again live. I'm in North Vancouver on Squamish Tsleil-Waututh territories. What an incredible transition. We just went through solstice with the music of the Awakeneers, hearing from Penny and Laurel, and now it is my joy and honor to introduce our next act. I am a proud graduate myself of Art of Leadership, as well as Deepening in Love, the couples program, led by Robert Gass and Judith Ansara, who are joining us here today. Over the years at Hollyhock alone, Robert and Judith have taught personal and transformative leadership practices to thousands of people. They bring joy and levity, along with groundedness and depth to every moment of connection. You two have given so much, not just to the Hollyhock community, but to the entire community on Cortez. So thank you both for taking the time to be with us today at this very potent time to share some songs and practices as we weave some magic on this solstice and new moon. Over to you both.
Thank you, Ling. And we love Hollyhock. We love Cortez. It's one of the great let-goes of this process for all of us, but for us to miss being there this summer. So 2021, we're back. So friends, welcome, and so lovely to all of you out there who love Hollyhock and support Hollyhock. I just want to say a word or two to frame what we're going to be doing for the next 20 minutes. In the hope that you can choose to take this time to really do practice and to drop in with yourself and use the time not to be busy with other things if that's possible. So we're going to be taking you in. Robert's going to be speaking for a while, and then I'm going to be taking you into a guided meditation where we can surf into the territory that we're addressing, that Robert will speak to us about. And then we've got a special treat. We're going to flow directly from the meditation into a beautiful song by our wonderful daughter, Danya River, who's quite exquisite beyond our proud parenthood of her. Her beautiful song, Heart is Wide Open. So hopefully you can just settle in, be with yourself, and receive healing and love.
So I had plans for the spring. My plans did not include sheltering for 3 months holed up in our house. They didn't include taking our 3-generational household and dividing us up for safety reasons. So we have our own safe rooms with our own light switches and own door handles and have to kind of cruise by our kids like quickly in the hall so we don't breathe each other's air. And we didn't include canceling Hollyhock this summer. We had planned none of that actually. I bet none of you had planned having your entire lives and world turned upside down by a virus either this spring, which brings us to one of the many lessons of COVID, which is uncertainty and dealing with uncertainty. For those of us who like to be in control of things, it's been really annoying. I'm such an avid researcher, so I'm going to keep our family safe. It's great because apparently the virus doesn't spread by aerosol, except it does spread by aerosol. But we don't have to wear masks, but it's really a good idea to wear masks. And the virus lands on surfaces and stays there like for 24 hours in cardboard and three days for glass and 7 to 10 days for plastic, except probably the virus is dead, so you don't need to clean the surface, but you really should clean the surface. It's been a little maddening trying to kind of like find out how to take care of family safe. So some of us have had the privilege of living a lot of our days with some illusion that we had some control. For many of us, we've never had that illusion. Based on our lack of economic opportunity or social identity opportunity, we never had that illusion. Some of us had that illusion. This thing like a virus sweeps over our world and we all get to experience, oh, that illusion actually is an illusion. We're really not in control of hardly anything at all. At age 40, I had a potentially lethal form of cancer. My strongest memories are of waiting for tests to come back. So I'm gonna get a test and some piece of paper or telephone call and say either, oh, you're okay, except you were only okay when they took the test 2 weeks ago, or you have liver metastases, you'll probably be dead in 3 to 6 months. So where I went with my loss of control feelings is one of two places. I would either go towards more avid research and looking at all kinds of statistics. Oh, am I in category 1 or category 2? Is my survival chances 55% or 42%? Or it would go towards it would go towards playing and replaying various fantasies of getting the call and like, oh my God, we confused your test. You don't have cancer at all. Or, oh, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I think by sheer exhaustion of doing those two activities, I would land in a different place, which was just right here, resting here in this moment with no thought or concern about the future or the past, actually just being in life without all the micromanaging. That was one of the great gifts of that time. So it's an important part of our human development to learn how to take care of ourselves, how to be responsible adults, how to manage things in the world. Those are really good skills to develop. But it turns out that that's not all that handles life for us. And so the question still is like, how do we meet this next moment? For myself, a fair amount of the time, I'm meeting it through being just a little ahead of this moment, just to make sure this moment's going to be okay. Like even maybe a really good moment, but certainly not a bad moment. A lot of kind of micromanaging. And this comes very naturally to us human beings. It's really part of being a mammal, like inside of all this kind of sophisticated learning in adult human self, there's just basically a mammal that's looking out for predators and is alert to danger in the world. And that lives in all of us. And that's a lot of this kind of micromanaging of being ahead of the moment has to do with that kind of base, like, am I safe in the world or not? Let's not be naive. There are real dangers in our life. Some of us have been dealing with dangers of health, but beyond that, if I look out, there's dangers to our democracy. I think every one of us seeing the dangers to our entire species on the planet, and the rest of the other species too that are kind of dying off rapidly. So there are real dangers out there. That's actually not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about when there's no immediate danger. How do we meet the moment? You're probably safe right this very moment listening to Judith and I on this Hollyhock telethon. There is probably no immediate risk. Hopefully there's a minor risk to your pocketbooks because hopefully you're going to give a lot of that over to Hollyhock, but there's no real risk right here. And so then the question is, how do we meet this moment when there's no risk? Are we ahead of it? Can we actually relax that sense of having to kind of meet the moment a little bit ahead of it to take care of things? Can we go to a different place, which we could call a place of trust or of faith, where we're not trying to control the moment, but actually allowing this next moment to come to us without that control? Because it turns out there's a different way of being in life that is less about efforting. Yes, we need effort, but it turns out all the micromanaging, that place of anxiety is not actually the best place to deal with the world and its dangers. We certainly taught that in our leadership programs, that the leadership comes from a place of trust in ourselves, in the lifetime of experience we have, and our own innate wisdom and resilience, the ability to meet what comes towards us so we don't have to be out ahead of it in fear of what might come. And so that's our exploration today, is how do we rest here in this moment, right here, which is the only moment there is.
Thank you. So friends, we're going to be now, as I mentioned, for those of you who were on then, flowing into a guided meditation, and then out of that, which will be about 7-8 minutes long, something about like that. And that's going to flow right into Danya Rivers' beautiful song, Heart is Wide Open. So we're going to say, before I start that, just our love, our well wishes for each of you out there, and blessings on all of our friends on Cortez and at Hollyhock. And please give generously of yourselves, as I'm sure you are. Many blessings.
Thank you.
Love you guys. All right. So if you will, take a seat on the floor, on the earth, a chair, and take a moment to get settled now, sitting in a relaxed and upright posture, letting your hands rest easily on your knees or lap. Full access to your breath and the core of your body will serve you, not just for the next few minutes, but in your life. And as you're settling, gently close your eyes. And in your mind and heart, please join me as we collectively dedicate this practice to all beings and to the planet herself. Let us unfold in our hearts all those beings more vulnerable than most of us here, whose present and future are devastated or at almost, for me, for us, unfathomable risk. Let's hold them in our hearts, and let's dedicate our practice to fortify our own individual and collective commitment to justice and to right action. We understand that our individual practice is not just for ourselves, but understanding that as we settle in equanimity, in loving kindness, in compassion, and a fierce commitment to justice, what is ours to do will naturally arise in us and be expressed through us. And so turn your awareness to your breath. Let your breath flow down through your body like thick golden honey, feeling the energy in the mind, the skull, just start to flow down softly and easily, letting the body settle, letting your face relax, relaxing between your eyebrows and your eyes, relaxing your jaw and your mouth. And bring awareness to the flow of breath, not trying to do anything with it, not trying to make it faster or slower or deeper or more even. Just noticing it in and out, the natural rising and turning and falling, just as if you were watching a stream, not trying to fix it, just being present. And bring your awareness as you continue to feel the breath and the body settling into your throat. And let your throat soften and open. Maybe even just a soft sound as you exhale. And tracking into the area of the heart, the source, the seat in so many traditions of love and compassion, of being awake. And let the heart soften. And imagine or even sound a soft ah. And bring awareness to the core of your body, into your belly. Be present, simply cherishing the breath, the source of life flowing in and out. This ever-present, ever-changing miracle. Feeling down below the belly to the root of your being, into the perineum, the root chakra, and invite this area to soften and open. And as you do that, feel the presence, the miraculous presence of the earth herself, that which supports us, that which holds us here in this embodied form. And feel that support rising up and there, meeting you, willingness to willingness, presence to presence. And as I say these words, let them work with you and in you to remind you so that we and you and all of us can remind ourselves and each other. Safe. I am safe. I am right here. Right now. Right now, this breath. This moment. Here I am, right here, at home on earth, home in myself. And now, let that energy really be present. That is our foundation. That's taking our seat amidst all the ever-changing, uncontrollable conditions of life. And into this field of loving safety, of being planted, of saying yes in whatever we can, in any way we can. Invite or call into your awareness some particular challenge that you have been experiencing. Some way in which some aspect of your inner or your outer life may have been feeling disturbed, may still be disturbed. Whether this is your personal life, your reaction to the national or global events of our time. Do this right now, but from this place of restful, earthed, grounded, soft-hearted presence. And invite one particular area of challenge that has been your companion through this time. Some way in which your sense of control has been disturbed or threatened. And take a moment or two right now to clarify that for yourself right now. There's so much swirling, so many things. For now, we want to tiptoe in, choosing one arena. Inner state, outer conditions. And from this place, friends, from this place, connected to breath, connected to awareness, connected to the earth herself, connected to all the plant beings and the animal beings of every kind, connected to the waters, connected to the environment, the air, the oceans, connected to all the living beings, human and otherwise, and knowing we are part of the fabric of everything. Relaxed, open, present, resting into uncertainty, resting into knowing that we have the capacity right now in each and every unfolding moment to turn again and again and again to presence, to safety in the ever-changing waters of our life. Feel everything and breathing in and out, especially around the heart, where we've been holding grief and anger and fear and confusion. Breathe in and out on that sound. Simply, your tender humanness, allowing your heart to fall open with love and compassion and kindness and commitment to be part of the healing, holding love of your time on this planet. Keep breathing and opening as Danya River sings to you. Heart is wide open.